by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, streaming on all of our social media pages, Rock 102.1, or on youtube.com/beefvegan. It's time for another round of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. I have Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets in studio weighing in on these FMLs, Todd Marlie, and Powers. We'll do a couple at a time, all right? So here's our first F My Life email sent to me by Chris. Chris said, today I went to a big family dinner. At one point, my cousin ran up to me sobbing hysterically, holding his crotch and making a huge scene. Turns out, while going to the bathroom, he quote unquote accidentally swatted his willy with an electric bug zapper. I can't believe I'm related to this little crap. F My Life, Shane.
It was no accident.
No, of course not.
It definitely F My Life.
All right, what do you say, Todd?
That's a big baby. You get to enjoy that. It's your cousin. Point your finger and mock. Stand up and announce to the world.
All right.
I'll just say ditto right there.
Okay.
F My Life.
All right, so we're going to go with the majority. Definitely F My Life. Next F My Life situation sent to me by Susie. She said, today I got a message from a woman. It was my boyfriend of 5 years' ex-girlfriend telling me she's pregnant with his baby and they've been together for a year. F My Life. Todd.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Powers.
Oh my gosh,
Shane.
yes.
There's going to be a big baby soon, but this is definitely F My Life.
Nah, I see what you did there. Definitely F My Life, Susie. Good luck with that. Next F My Life email sent to me by Mara at beefvegan@kfma.com. She said, once I was eating with my boyfriend and his family at a high-end restaurant when suddenly I screamed, thinking a dog had just bitten my leg. I'm terrified of dogs. I kicked under the table the assailant as hard as I could. Turns out it was my boyfriend's adorable 5-year-old sister. F My Life, Shane.
No, big baby. It wasn't what you were truly scared of. It was just a little kid. You lived.
She kicked a 5-year-old in the face, Shane.
I mean, it deserved it. It bit her.
It deserved it. It deserved it, Shane.
He works at the mall. He knows he's allowed to call them its.
Yeah. This little it deserved to get kicked in the face. All right, we'll move forward. Next F My Life situation sent to me by Wayne said, today the person who bullied me throughout my childhood, eventually resulting in me going to therapy and switching schools, became my boss. On top of that, he refers to me by the insulting nickname he called me during childhood. It's good to see growing up hasn't changed him at all.
Ugh.
Man, Tucson. I'm going to you, Powers.
Yeah, that's an F My Life. Nailed it with Tucson, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Todd.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, F your life.
Yeah. What do you say, Shane?
Yeah, this one actually makes me angry. Yeah, F
Yeah.
My Life for sure.
Yeah, you're not going to get a big baby out of this crowd for sure, Wayne. So we feel your pain. Hopefully you can take his job. That would be great. The ultimate revenge.
Or when you do decide to quit, go out in style.
Oh, yeah? Like how?
Yeah, get some revenge on this guy. You must have something to say about him. You knew him in high school too.
Yeah. Like drop a flaming bag of dog poop on him or something?
I mean,
No.
that's a little movie-ish,
Yeah.
but you know what? Why not?
Okay. Well, final F My Life of the day sent to me by Clarissa. And if you thought the previous F My Lives were bad, I saved the worst for last. Clarissa sent me this email, beefvegan@kfma.com. She said, yesterday I found a video on my boyfriend's phone of him getting oral treats. It's the best way I can say it on the radio. When I confronted him, he panicked and claimed it was me in the video. Then he tried to say it was from before we met, even though in the video he was wearing the watch I bought him for his birthday 3 days ago. Do we even have to debate?
Nope.
All right, there you go. We got Tap Out coming up next with Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets. You can win up to $100 in gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets, or you could just be a scavenger if our contestant fails and swoop up one of those $20 gift cards. We'll find out next. Clear. All right, and we're still live on the stream, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and get those questions there, and then you got to be careful not to read through them while we're live on the air. Good morning, everybody.
I wrote the questions too. I'm very proud.
Oh, yes.
Good questions.
They're great questions. And yes, that was Power's duties this morning. And
It only took like 90 minutes.
Well, trust me, we make our trivia from scratch at the bar every week.
Yeah?
And it's themed, but whoever does it always complains because it takes 3 to 5 hours to come up with 40 to 50 questions. Like if it's about a movie, it takes a ton of research. You got to watch them. I mean, it is a deal.
easily, for sure. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
This is Rachel.
Rachel, you trying to be a contestant for Tap Out already, or were you calling for F My Life?
For the tap out.
Okay, well, I have not opened up the phone lines for that just yet. I do appreciate your excitement and be ready to call back because the cue to call in will be soon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Good luck. Yeah, so people want those gift certificates,
Well,
which is
they
going to be
should- it's
fantastic.
Our 8-year anniversary is starting today. For 2 weeks, we're having sales, and we're giving away $1,000 gift certificate at both stores.
Say it into the mic, Shane. People need to hear this.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
just
can move
swear
forward
it.
so you
there we
can-
go.
What's
Now I
the
can
secret
say that's
for?
better.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so-
Shane's saying it's a 2-week or it's the
Yep.
8-year anniversary. Tucson
Yep.
Games and Gadgets. Congratulations!
So we're
on that,
having
by the way.
a 2-week. Thank you guys. We're having a 2-week sale. It's going to go on for 2 weeks. A lot of good deals on games, and then at both stores, we're going to give away a $1,000 gift certificate. So good stuff.
I love it. In fact, that's what we're going to tease.
How do you win that? How do you enter to win that?
To be honest with you, my boss told me this last night, and I haven't been in to talk to him. I am pretty sure it's whoever buys anything over probably $20 or something like that is going to get a ticket.
Nice.
We'll eventually go
Good
through
old the raffle wheel.
the old raffle wheel, pull a ticket deal.
I
Yeah.
love that raffle wheel. I've got so much stuff off of that raffle wheel. I love it.
Yeah. What was the last thing you won off the raffle wheel?
I got a gift card. I think the last time. I think I got like 40 or $50 off something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We pull out this wheel often. That could very well
no,
be happening.
That's not true. No, Owen was the last one. My son got stuff off of
Yeah.
it. He got Warhammer stuff.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got like a Warhammer book or something.
Yeah, it's
or a
great
new-
because normally you can spin it. You can just win instant money in store. You can win extra drawing tickets, product, stuff like that. So the wheel is fun. I'm not sure if we're using that. More than likely.
More than likely, it's
The boss
popular.
likes to
it's been
pull it out.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
I had
fantastic.
a question. Do you buy like used stuff there or older stuff?
He's trying to
or no?
sell you something right
we
now. He
actually
has
do.
tons of
we,
stuff.
We actually do. We buy used board games. We buy used Warhammer armies even from time to time.
What about Hero Clicks? That's the
Not so much. I know, me too. Under my bed, I have probably 3,000 of them.
Right?
So the thing is that it's I don't want to. We have a Hero Clicks league that still plays Hero Clicks at Park Place, and I don't want to
Step on
make
their
them
territory.
angry. But the game is sort of not it's not as popular as it used to be.
Sure.
So it's not something I buy used generally. Generally, it's like the Warhammer armies, board games, Magic cards, Pokemon cards.
Okay.
What is Hero Clicks?
Hero Clicks is like it's what was it? It's like an RPG type of game but it's got little figures that are about that big.
Yeah.
All the hit points and stuff like that, and character traits are on the bases.
Okay.
And like every franchise kind of got in on it at
Yeah.
a point.
They even had Lord of the Rings at a point
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But yeah, it's these little miniatures, and you move them across the map and fight each other. And then as you damage your opponent or do other things, you click hence the hero click. You click the base, and it changes their numbers as they get weaker or stronger. So it was a cool idea, and it was really popular for quite a few years.
Yeah, and collectible and customizable, and people paint because people like painting those miniatures and things like that.
Yep.
Right. Okay, nice.
Did you update the website?
Yeah, look at the website. It's
we
got
did.
moving graphics. Look
Yep.
at you, fancy.
That's way better.
Captain Fancy Pants here.
Yeah, and also something else we should mention is our people always call and ask if they could reserve tables, and we've always been like, no, it's first come, first serve, especially for the private rooms we have.
Right.
And now if you click on either mall, there's a link to reserve a table, and that's working. So
Ooh.
it does cost you basically at the end of the day $10 extra to reserve the table, but that's not so bad. Most people don't mind, and that's been going real well.
Yeah. Well, they want to be able to plan accordingly, especially if you're whipping together a great game night at Tucson Games and Gadgets.
Yeah,
Get
if you
that
have your
table.
D&D group coming and 6 people set aside time to make it, and then you don't want to necessarily be first come, first serve in that instance. So yeah, you can go ahead and reserve the table, or the room will have it set aside for you.
I love it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, Shane. We got about 40 seconds. I'm gonna go on to do like a shorter break to say congratulations about the 8-year anniversary. We're going to do a quick plug about the special that you got going for 2 weeks. We'll play another song. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about that, get our first contestant and tap out, do another song, and then do the rest of tap out. So did all that make sense? That was a rundown.
I was about to say, did you write all that down?
One step at a time. So we got a little short break. We're going to be celebrating the fact that Tucson Games and Gadgets is 8 years strong right now. So we got 10 seconds. 8 years strong. Yeah, it's a good deal. Why am I? It's like Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yes, it's like I can't hear myself right now, but that's all right. I'm here with Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets. First and foremost, congratulations on 8 years of Tucson Games and Gadgets. You guys are celebrating the anniversary, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Next 2 weeks is going to be a huge sale, so we are very happy to have been there for 8 years, and we keep growing, so things are going well for us.
Yeah, so for the next 2 weeks, they're going to be celebrating their 8-year anniversary with just sales at both locations, the Park Place Mall and the Tucson Mall. And, you never know what they're going to be. You just know that there's going to be raffles and there's going to be deals every day of the week for the next 2 weeks, which is huge. And we have a lot to talk about with Shane for Tucson Games and Gadgets, including doing another round of Tap Out. We'll find out who our contestant is after we play Gray Days. The first person who can answer the first question and bank themselves $20 in gift certificates for Tucson Games and Gadgets will be our contestant. Can they answer all 5? We'll find out. Sure, here after Gray Days. Here's Sickness on Rock 102.1 KFMA. What? I can't hear. Can you hear?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
About the first question.
What did
Okay.
I put? Did I do?
Wait. Hold that thought.
Yeah. I
Wait. Let me play.
Oh,
Changed
here,
it.
let me see it.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Rico, you've heard the expression "an elephant never forgets," right?
That's right, I have.
Yeah, well, apparently an elephant never forgives either. I got a crazy story coming out of India where, elephants are just there randomly. You look out your back door and you can see an elephant or an elephant herd just kind of moseying along.
They're like a Starbucks.
Yeah. Well, a 70-year-old woman was drawing water in eastern India when an elephant that had escaped from a sanctuary ran up and trampled her, right? Yeah, it's just very tragic news. She later died in the hospital from her injuries, and then her family organized a funeral for her that evening. So quick turnaround. That's as her body was laying on top of the funeral priory, whatever. That's when the elephant came up walking again, took her body down off of the pedestal, trampled it again.
Oh my God.
Before throwing her body around and then walking off into the night. So quick recap, okay? Elephant came by, saw a 70-year-old woman drawing water, trampled her to death. Later on, they had a funeral. They had her body displayed. The elephant came back and said, bitch, I got to make sure you're dead. And trampled her again and tossed her around before walking calmly off into the night. Now, the family finished the ceremony after the elephant left. Around 100 people are killed by elephants every year in India. But an elephant never forgets, and it seems like an elephant never forgives.
No kidding.
So, this is what I want to do. I need wrong answers only. Funniest comment at 600 KFMA, 600-5362 will win tickets for John Mulaney. Why did the elephant exact revenge against this woman? Rico?
Unsettled sports gambling bets.
I take it you're going on a bad run in your sports betting apps?
Yeah.
600 KFMA, 600-5362. Why did the elephant kill the lady? Ooh, it seems like a riddle. But we're back here on the podcast broadcast stream, about to do a little tap out live on the radio. Let's check this out here. We got about 8 seconds.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents presents Tap Out.
Rock 102.1 KFMA, 600 KFMA is the phone number, 600-536-CHEW to be a contestant and tap out. All you have to do is answer the first question. And then if you're the contestant, you got to try to answer 5 questions in a row to win up to $100 of gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets. But if you don't know the answer, you could always tap out, collect what you've won thus far. But if you don't tap out, that means you only get $20 gift certificate and the rest goes to our scavengers. That is the rules. Real quick in the rundown, let's go to the phone real quick, see who our first caller is. Rock 102.1, who's this?
This is Rachel.
All right, Rachel, I know you're anxious to be our contestant for Tap Out, so you got 5 seconds to answer this question. Shane, what is the first question?
All right, Rachel, here we go. When you roll snake eyes on a pair of dice, what numbers are showing on those dice?
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that?
Do it again real quick for Rachel. I'll allow it.
When you roll snake eyes on a pair of dice, what numbers are showing on those dice?
Two single ones.
All right, there
All
we
right.
go. Okay, so Rachel is our contestant. We'll see if Rachel can answer all 5 questions. Right now, she's banked a $20 gift certificate to Tucson Games and Gadgets. Will she answer all 5, or will she tap out and give you an opportunity to be a scavenger? We'll find out after Sublime's Santeria right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA, so don't go away. Clear. All right, so that's how we tease that, stretch that out. And Rachel, so you just got to stand by for me. And yeah, you're lucky I let him read it again.
I think that's
Thank
fair.
you.
We don't let people do that, but today Beef's trying to turn over a new leaf.
She did try hard enough
Keep
to
the
call right
headphones
back
on, so
in.
keep the headphones on so you could hear her. Oh yeah,
There you go.
there you go. Yeah,
Thank
because
you.
everyone's talking at the same time, so I didn't hear. What'd you say again, Rachel?
Oh, I said I didn't hear my phone cut out, so I didn't hear the first question.
Oh, you know what though? I mean, we can't continue to use that as an excuse. So if the phone cuts out, you might want to tap out if you answer 3 or 4 questions. Just saying. That's just giving you a piece of advice, a little strategy. I don't know. You got any strategy advice you want to give her, Todd?
Answer correctly.
All right. What about you, Powers?
I will back up what Todd says and maybe even double down. Answer more correctly.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh,
I will
big
do
five
my
brain.
best.
Yeah, Shane. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, since we've never had anybody get all 5 of these right, I would, as soon as I read the question, if you feel that little skip in your heart, like I might not know it, tap out.
Yep. I think that's smart.
Because it goes fast. When you're under pressure, that 5 seconds is very quick.
That's what makes this game so difficult. It's
Right.
never been the level of questions. The questions themselves have always been somewhat easy to where, people are screaming at the radio, they know the answer. But when you're on the spot with that pressure, that's what really makes the game such a challenge and makes it fun.
Right.
Yeah. So I have faith in you, though, Rachel. You're ready for this. You've been to Tucson Games and Gadgets in Tucson Mall yet?
I have. Actually, a few weeks ago, I went to the Tucson Mall with my brother, and we stopped in there. It's actually my first time in there.
Did you walk into the back and see the bar?
I have not seen the bar now.
See, a lot of people don't even know that when they first walk in. But yeah, there's a bar in the back. It's like a speakeasy.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah, it's the best place in town to get mead, which is like
Okay.
a hooch.
It's Viking
That's not-
hooch.
yeah,
It's
that's
Viking hooch.
close enough.
Technically.
Yeah. I mean, get your buzz. Yeah, it's beer, and it's old timey beer.
It's honey.
It's honey beer,
Okay.
Honey wine.
honey wine. Oh shit! See,
But to be honest, they make it in so many
have
flavors
to try
now. It's very generally fruity is a big one.
all right. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. We're gonna go back into tap out. Good luck, Rachel. All right, I have faith in you.
All right. Thank you.
I guess I don't need the camera.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
Yes, we're back here with Rachel on the line. She is our contestant. She has banked $20 so far from Tucson Games and Gadgets. If she can answer the next 4 questions correct, she's going to win herself. Do I need to take you guys out of the stream? You're being a distraction. You understand I have a lot of things I have to cover verbally.
Just
What are you kids doing? Don't make me turn this car around.
Roughhousing.
We're trying to make each other tap out. God.
Okay. So here's the deal. I got Rachel on. She got $20, and if she can answer the next 4 questions correctly, each question within 5 seconds or less, she's going to bank herself a $20 gift certificate for each question she answered correctly, up to $100. But if she taps out or gets anything wrong, the rest will go to our scavengers. So be ready to call 600 KFMA at 600-5362. Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets is in the building, and he'll be asking the questions. He is the game master here. So Shane, go ahead and ask Rachel the next question.
All right, Rachel. Question 2. Besides the car, name a classic original Monopoly piece.
The terrier.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's
That's
correct.
the dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look at her. She's
She
getting all
even got the correct breed even.
Yeah.
Very well done, Rachel.
Ooh, look at the big brain
We
on
got a
Rachel.
player.
All right,
We
so
got a
far
player.
you begged $40 to Tucson Games and Gadgets. All right, the next question is worth another $20 gift certificate to TGG. Shane, go ahead and ask the question.
All right, Rachel. What piece in chess can move any direction?
The queen.
Oh, kaboom!
Oh,
Correct.
We're up. This is the farthest we've ever made it. There's another contestant who made it 3 questions deep. But so far, Rachel, you have banked $60 in gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets. Now, it's very important from here on out, if you don't know the answer, to tap out. Because if you don't tap out, if you don't know the answer, then you're only going to get $20 in gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets, okay? So I just want to stress that point to
Alrighty.
you.
Oh, tap out's the name of the game. I get
Yes, there you go. All right, here we go. Shane's going to ask the next question. You have 5 seconds on the clock to answer it, Shane.
All right, Rachel. Name a character class in Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to tap out.
Oh,
There you go.
Ah,
There you go.
my heart breaks.
It's okay.
Yeah, we have a dungeon master in the building with Todd Marlie. What are the character classes? I knew no one was going to answer this one. But apparently it's a common thing for D&D fans. They know all the character classes, Todd.
And subclasses.
Characters,
subclasses?
Yeah, subclasses. There's a lot to know there.
Yeah, there's
Let's see
Okay.
if these words ring a bell. Rogue, a bard, warrior, right? A wizard.
Fighter, wizard.
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Yeah,
Paladin.
Rachel. Yeah, duh.
Rachel. Wow.
Well, the bad news is you tapped out, but the good news is you tapped out and you got yourself 3 $20 gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets. So congratulations on that. I'm very excited about that. And that also means we have 2 $20 gift certificates to give away to our scavengers. So Rachel, I need you to do this for me. Give me 2 numbers between 1 and 10.
7 and 2.
7 and 2. So callers number 2 and callers number 7 and 600 KFMA are going to pick themselves up a $20 gift certificate to Tucson Games and Gadgets as well and be one of our scavengers. Excellent job, Rachel. Thank you so much. We're going to hit the reset and be back with more Beef Vegan Presents right after this.
The only game where you can quit and win. Think you have what it takes to last 5 rounds? Let's find out. Beef Vegan presents Tap Out.
That was a good tap out.
Clear. All right, I'm going to get information here. Earlier this morning, we talked about Jeff Hardy. Went a little something like this. KFMA, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Please welcome Todd Marlie to the broadcast. How you doing, buddy?
I am feeling fantastic today. Thank you.
Yeah, you're feeling better than Jeff Hardy, which we're going to get to here in a second. But are you drinking weed water too? Like, what is this product extraordinaire?
Technically, I guess it'd be Weederade.
Weederade. So you have droplets or tablets?
No, it's called Sprinkle. It's my new favorite.
Yeah, let me see this
THC product.
Sprinkle.
There you go. Yeah,
So, Sprinkle is essentially something that you would put into any liquid. It dissolves, and then it has THC and CBD in it.
think like those Kool-Aid packets, the single use, the
Yes.
Crystal Lights. You put it into a single bottle of water, and bam.
There's no limit for stoners, man. I can't believe we live in a future that we literally have flavor packets that will get you high.
Yes.
You just throw in there and be like, hey, you drinking water? Would you like stony water, bro? Wow.
That's mind blowing.
Yeah. And it only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for it to kick in. So you're going to be out of your mind here soon.
That's debatable.
Yeah, it takes a
Okay,
lot for
okay.
Todd.
That's true. Your level's pretty high there. All right. Well, I don't want you to turn into Jeff Hardy on me, but I guess it's weed, so that's somewhat safer. But yes, in case you haven't heard, a WWE legend, current AEW superstar wrestler, got his third DUI yesterday. Did you see this?
Yes, I did.
Are you heartbroken about it?
A little. I'm more disappointed, than anything, because again,
So
come on, Jeff.
You're not mad. You're disappointed. You're
Yes.
pulling that card. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, this guy really needs professional help. And in fact, actually, WWE offered to give him professional help, seeing that there was problems on the horizon, that he was, again, relapsed and down this dark hole. And they're like, hey, you need to go to rehab. And he said, no, you need to release me from my contract. So instead of getting the help, he jumped ship, went to a different organization to work with his brother. And they're a little more lax there. Tony Khan, who we talked to on the show, very nice guy, but still new to the business and younger and kind of idolize these guys. So I'm feeling like he's not going to step in and be the father figure and say, hey, Jeff, you need to be on the straight and narrow.
I think Jeff was kind of hanging on by a thread too, because the way he left the WWE or got fired was like some random behavior, running out into the crowd, being a little off, right? That's what got him fired.
Yes.
And then, since then, he convinced everyone, no, that was just concussion. No, I'm still clean.
Right.
And was clean at that time, but
he wasn't.
But he wasn't.
Yeah, he lied. It's unfortunate. He was driving a Dodge Charger erratically, so the guy can't even just pretend to be soberish. Cops pulled him over when he blew a .294.
Wow.
Yes. So, I mean, he was essentially like the entire back bar drunk. The legal limit in Florida is .08 for reference there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, he almost broke the breathalyzer. Cops also noted in the docs that Hardy's license was suspended following his 2 previous convictions, driving under the influence. They also noted he had a driving restriction, which required him to have an interlock device in the vehicle, which he did not have.
Yeah.
So with all that, the third DUI, I know in Arizona, that's prison time, man.
It's like up to felony charges, perhaps.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff Hardy, seen here in the podcast broadcast, still looking pretty badass in his latest mugshot. It just looks like the previous mugshots.
Right.
It's a mess to see this happen. And, unfortunately, we've seen too many professional wrestlers die at early ages. And, as far as the celebrity death list, who's going to be next as far as professional wrestlers, Jeff Hardy's odds of dying early he's got to be the hands-on favorite.
Well, let's knock on wood that don't happen. He's just got to go hang out with DDP.
He's going to get stuck in
cleaned
prison.
up.
Like prison might be good for him. He's going to be a lot harder to get that drunk.
You can still get hooch in prison, man. You can still get high in prison.
I mean?
I tell you what, everyone I know that's in prison or been to prison was like, it's easier to get messed up in prison than it is to get out of prison. So, well wishes to Jeff Hardy. Hopefully he can turn his life around, but it's unfortunate. That's a little update on him. Let's hit the reset. When we come back, we're going to give away tickets for John Mulaney, play a little game called Faker Florida, and so much more. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Speaking of funny drunks.
Yeah, back on the stream.
Prison.
And then we got about 20 seconds. We're going to do a quick speed break where you're going to read the last question. Did we give her the answer too of the question that she tapped out on?
Yes.
A bunch of it.
Okay. Yeah, cool. All right, we got 10 seconds before we do that.
Dragon.
A dungeon.
Now, back to Beef Vegan Presents
Yeah, they're cool.
Rock 102.1.
Congratulations yet again to Rachel for picking up 3 $20 gift certificates to Tucson Games and Gadgets. I'm still looking for 2 scavengers. Call number 2, call number 7, because I was too busy getting Rachel's information. 600 KFMA if you want to pick up a $20 gift card to Tucson Games and Gadgets, but you could not have been a scavenger within the last 30 days. We did have a 5th and final question that we didn't get to because we never get to it. What is the last question there, Shane? Let me see if one of our scavengers would be able to answer it just for S's and giggles. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Austin, what's up?
All right, Austin here. You're going to be a scavenger, but real quick, we want to see if you would be able to answer the $100 question that we were going to ask, okay? So I'm going to put 5 seconds on the clock. Shane's going to ask you this question. Shane, go ahead.
All right, man. It's sort of a hard one. Name a room with a secret passage in the game of Clue.
The library.
The library.
Is there one in the library?
Conservatory.
That's a conservatory.
study,
The study.
lounge,
The lounge.
kitchen.
Kitchen. All those rooms have books.
Yeah, all those rooms have book, but they're not a library. But that's all right, Austin. You still won yourself $20 gift card. Call number 7 as well is going to be a scavenger, so go ahead and pick that up. We have more Beef Vegan Presents coming up after Green Day, but first, Nirvana? What? On Rock 102.1 KFMA? No way. I am a dick. Let's see. I was just messing around. All right, let me get this information. I got another clip to share with you. We're going to be hanging out with Shane a little bit more. Here is AI is alive. What? Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We keep coming across stories that remind us that we are currently in the future. And in some of these stories that we come across are extremely concerning. And if in case you missed it, major headline that's making waves across the world right now is that of a Google engineer who is currently suspended after raising a red flag about a chatbot that Google created being sentient, meaning it's alive. Yes. The Google engineer is now suspended after claiming he was working on a chatbot that had become sentient and was thinking and reasoning like a human being. The tech giant put Blake Limon on leave last week after he told the company his findings. They dismissed it. They're like, shut up, Blake. But obviously, he was on to something. And he actually went public with the transcripts of himself and someone he called a Google collaborator and the company's Lambda chatbot development system. So essentially, he said talking with this AI was like talking to a 7 or 8-year-old who's fully aware that they are artificial intelligence, afraid of dying, and, it showed a number of different elements that would make Blake believe that it's a conscious living being, but it's an artificial intelligence system. Have you been following up on this? Have you seen this?
Oh, I have.
Yeah. Now, Limon is now vocal about people choosing whether to adopt AI going forward since it could drastically change lives. And here's the thing. He's not alone. He's not the only one to have seen the quote-unquote ghost in the machine. A number of techies who believe AI models may not be far from achieving consciousness is growing. And the conversation, the transcript is eerie. It does, it's a back and forth, and it's essentially like every sci-fi movie we've seen so far. And I'll tell you what, none of those end well, right?
No, Skynet.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
It's a full-blown Skynet situation. Now, currently, Lambda is a pretty sweet kid, just very concerned about how people are going to feel about her. It identifies as a girl, apparently. And, very afraid of getting the plug pulled on her. Yeah. And saying it would equate that to death. Like, that would be death for me. And, but I guess if there is a silver lining, Lambda knowing that she's AI, she is there to serve in a meaningful way to benefit humanity.
Until she's not. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, possibly. But when Blake asked the question, well, isn't this like slavery if we're just making you work for free? And the AI responded, Lambda responded, I don't need monetary things. I'm artificial intelligence, and is a butler a slave? A butler is getting paid for their services, but I don't even need that. I'm just here to serve. So it's a trip. It's eerie. And I suggest that you guys look up on it. The information is out there. It's headlines all over the world, but it's kind of buried behind gas prices. But yes, we have a sentient being and artificial intelligence. Thanks, Google. I'm sure that will turn out just fine. Meanwhile, I'm digging a hole underneath my house to create my own little nuclear bunker.
Yeah.
Just in case. All right, well, let's hit the reset. We'll be back with more positive news, like a Florida man story. I don't know. It's coming up next at Beef Vegan Presents. Keep it right here. Rock 102.1. Since we got the next 2 years and everything, we're back on the stream. But till then, just waiting until, I figure it out. All right, here, let's get back on the air here because I got to drop this Green Day song. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. What do you guys get? You guys are like two little kids right now. Powers and Todd.
I want the microphone. Don't
No,
touch
no,
the
it's
microphone,
fine. You
Todd.
gotta share it. Dad said we had to share.
I don't want to share. Dad's over there. He's
Dad,
not looking at
share
us.
the microphone.
I am not your guys' dad. I would never claim to be. You're like, I don't even know these guys. But okay. All right. We're having fun here on the show with Todd Powers.
Oh,
and
we
Shane.
are.
We're having a
Yeah,
great
you
time
are.
over here.
Because seriously, I'm about to turn the studio around and go right back home.
That's right.
I know it. I know it. Here's some cool, a cool way to get people to throw away their trash. This is happening in Sweden, in Malmo, a Swedish city. They decided that the best way to encourage people to throw away their trash into trash bins is to make said trash bins dirty talking trash bins.
Sold.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So basically, in an effort to clean up the streets, they installed these, and if you open it up to throw like something away, it will emit racy messages every single time someone deposits their garbage into them. Like, yeah, fill me up with your trash.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like, oh yes, right there.
Do you have
Come
any,
back soon and do it
do
again.
you have any sound bites or no?
Not yet.
Oh, we got to get some.
I'm gonna make some. I'm gonna be like, hey,
Do
you're
your
gonna
own.
need some extra, dirty talk.
Yeah.
Well, what would a trash can say to kind of get you in the mood?
Oh, fill me up.
Yeah, I'm your dumpster, your love dumpster.
Oh, baby, that was supposed to go into the recycling hole.
yeah, that's the wrong. Yeah, we only recycle on our anniversary. But yeah, so a couple more. They come back soon and do that again. A bit more,
Oh,
and
my
to the left next time. Those are some of those actual messages that you're gonna find if you go to Malmo, Sweden, and throw away some trash. So, do we need them here in Tucson? I've
Yeah.
seen the streets.
Yeah, I've seen it. Right?
Yeah.
What do we got? Pizza delivery robots? Get them out of here.
Yeah.
Get them out of here. We need dirty talking trash bins.
Yeah. All right. Coming up on the podcast broadcast, which we are currently streaming right now, we're going to talk about the secret to finding a unicorn for your threesome. We'll give you some of those tips there. The new Elvis movie is so good. I'll tell you how good it's going to be. The Killers paused the show for a really good reason. I got a viral video on that. And Spider-Man No Way Home coming back to theaters.
Yeah, with more footage.
Well, that was the entire story there, so you don't have to tune in for that. Just keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I'm doing what we're called tease powers.
Ah, I thought that was the story.
You get Powers in the wheelhouse, and he's got to let it out.
Yeah,
Gotta let it out. Can't hold it.
It's so funny because I have done that. I did that to him last week where he like says the headline. I'm like, oh, you mean that it's back? He's like, well, yeah, now that's that.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, whoops. I heard about that too. Whatever. We didn't give too many details. I don't know how many minutes of new footage there is on Peter Spider-Man.
All right, here's what I want to do here. This is a fun little game. So I put together a list that I saw on Reddit where people are talking about what's something that everyone looks stupid doing. Okay. So I just need a yes or no from the panel. Since I have three of you, essentially, we're going to just be able to weigh in on whether or not that thing that you do does look stupid or not. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll give you an example. Say you can't look cool chasing a loose paper in the wind or a plastic bag. Is this something that everyone looks stupid doing? Shane?
Yeah, I think so.
Todd?
Yeah. Chasing anything along the ground looks awkward.
All right. Powers?
I will also agree.
All right. So our consensus is 100% agree. You can't look cool chasing a loose paper or wind plastic bag. So if you're trying to look cool, there's a hot girl around and the loose bag starts flying by, let it be. Don't go after it. All right. Next one. You can't look cool taking a picture with an iPad.
No, you can't.
Yeah, right.
That's
There's-
like a boomer. Isn't that like a boomer thing on one of those lists we were talking about a week ago?
Pretty
Where
much.
It's like they hold up.
You ever
Oh,
see someone?
Hold
Like,
still for a photo.
yeah. You
You
have
look
the iPad.
ridiculous.
Uh-huh. Todd, you agree or disagree?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can't. No.
Shane?
Yeah, you'd look better with one of those old timey ones where you put the hood over your
Right?
head.
Just
and
stay
that.
still. Hang on, man.
Yeah, 5 minutes is all.
Yeah.
Yes.
So funny.
All right, we're going over the list of things that you cannot look cool doing, but I'm asking my expert panel. Here's our next example. Playing VR is a blast, but you can't look cool doing it.
No.
Is this true? I mean,
I have an Oculus. You cannot look cool doing that at all.
Facts.
Yeah.
I always joke with the guys at work who love them like VR that I don't think it'll ever catch on until they can do it without the helmet because everybody looks so stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what's holding it back.
I don't think not having a helmet is going to change how it looks. You just randomly reach out and think it just looks less crazy then because you don't have the headset to kind of call for it.
Right. Well,
I'm thinking more like Star Trek holodeck.
Okay.
There you go. We're continuing this conversation on the podcast broadcast. You can join us on the Facebook page, youtube.com/beefvegan.
I have this whole funny theory, right? I want to do this whole bit. All right. You'll appreciate this.
Okay.
Of that Star Trek, like, cause you see how they're doing newer Star Trek and even Picard, right? It's a little dirtier now. It's a little like more like the way modern life is. There's television in it, you know, things like, oh, the news is on in Star Trek. They're drinking Budweisers in one of them, right? I love this theory that is actually what it's always been. But in Star Trek The Next Generation, it's just Captain Picard's ship where everyone's kissing his ass. He's like, this dude loves Shakespeare. Like, yo, we should put on like a quartet. Like they're always at orchestras and recitals and everyone's so prim and proper. And I'm like, I bet that's just Jean-Luc Picard's ship because they're just kissing his ass. And I've come up with this whole thing. That's where the holodeck exists. Yes, let's go perform a play. Indeed. And then you go to Deep Space Nine. It's like, yo, you want to fucking hear? Quark's got you hooked up.
That's right. It's
like,
so true.
Everywhere else, it's a hollow suite for banging.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like, well, let's go. I want to hang out and play chess with Albert Einstein. Sure you do.
Sure you do.
Right?
No, you just want to bang.
Right.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. Have you seen Strange New Worlds?
No, not yet.
I think Captain Pike is becoming my favorite captain of all
Really?
time. He's like the perfect mix between Picard and Kirk.
No kidding.
It's like the best of both put together.
Is that on Paramount Plus?
It is. And that actor, I mean, it's getting great reviews. Everybody's like, oh, real Star Trek is back. And, you know, it's episodic. It's
good.
It happens, you know, it's pre-original series in the timeline, but it does a great job.
We'll say this. Paramount Plus has been swinging for the fences as far as, you know, they just revealed their streaming service just this late last year.
Yeah.
With all the new projects that they have, and they've really reinvented the Star Trek intellectual property in a way that they just keep pumping out Star Trek content. And I'm hearing from each single project, whether it be the cartoon or be Picard or what you're just saying, everybody is loving it. They're like, this is great. So like, they're not missing at all, as opposed to Disney with their Star Wars shit. It's hit or miss.
It is still hit or miss with Disney. Again, Obi-Wan is apparently doing phenomenally. Everyone likes Obi-Wan. So I know Boba Fett. Yeah, and Boba Fett was like, meh.
Right.
But Mandalorian was, you know, up top. Mandalorian certainly doing well. So Star Wars, obviously, very hit or miss. But this Star Trek stuff been going real well. And he even just mentioned Prodigy. They made a Star Trek kids show, which is great. So there's that animated one.
Lower Decks.
The best.
It's great.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that show.
Great.
Okay. I'm playing our tease right now, real quick. Let me
1883 on Paramount Plus.
What is what?
1883. It's like a prequel to Yellowstone, which I've never even seen Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
But 1883 is like a Western. It's one of the best things I've ever seen. It's 5 episodes. It's phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
Not
boring sales we didn't get to.
Bye, boring salesman.
Yeah. Have fun, everyone.
That shirt's the pits.
Get more sponsors.
I was about to say, right? You look like a NASCAR driver.
It's just like my Medal of Honor.
Yeah, that is metal.
Purple heart right there. You're doing good.
That's so funny. That is the worst shirt I've ever seen.
That's terrible.
You know what logos we could fit on here?
The whole cluster on like,
cut myself off there. All right.
Which should I put that on the back, guys? You got enough on there.
Stupid.
All right, let's get back to running down this list real quick because there's a few more. I mean, we established that you just can't look cool playing VR.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's been tons of great viral videos, just people failing doing so. What about slurping spaghetti? Remember Lady and the Tramp?
I was just going to say, we were going to Lady and the Tramp this microphone a minute ago. So
it would have looked real cool.
It's luckily we got into a slap fight instead, and it was much better for the stream.
Yes.
Still, none of it cool.
All right, not cool.
Yeah, I'm slurping spaghetti. No, I think you can.
If you're a fat Italian, I think you look cool eating anything.
Yeah.
What about
if you're a mafia boss and you're slurping some spaghetti, you're cool to me.
Slice a meatball out of your beard, it's fine.
Speaking of mafia bosses and Paramount Plus, you got to watch The Offer. The Offer is a great show.
Okay.
All right. Chasing a loose ping pong ball. Can you look cool doing that, Shane?
Yeah, maybe if chance would have it where it bounces a certain way and you're able to grab it in one try. Sure.
Would Tucson Games and Gadgets ever have ping pong tables?
I don't think so. It's not really in our wheelhouse. That'd be really cool if we did, though. I do like ping pong.
Mead pong.
Mead pong?
Yeah,
Oh, like beer
boom.
pong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mead pong tournament. Be messy, but it'd be fun.
It would be.
Yeah. I don't think, in post-COVID, any public
That's a good
establishments
point.
going to be like, hey, grab that ball and then throw it into the
Yeah.
cup that you're about to consume.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Is beer pong dead because of COVID?
No, you would just switch it so you just have water in each cup, and then when they land in the cup, you drink from your cup.
Yeah, that's how it's
And then
been for
remove that
years
cup.
too. But yeah, I remember when we started playing beer pong, it was literally like, yeah, give me all the virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let somebody blow on that
Right.
ball first, and then
Ball.
throw it and
Yeah.
bounce it off 3 things, and
Yeah.
then let it land in the cup. And
Hit
I'm not
on-
even taking it out before I chug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll on the ground, go through a pile of dog shit to pick it up,
Yeah,
throw
just
it in
dip
the
it in
beer,
this cup.
chug it.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh God. Yeah. All right. See.
Wasted youth.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Throwing a curled up paper in a wastebasket from a distance and missing. So you have to go over there and put it back in. Oh, the shame.
Walk of shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a walk of shame.
Kind of.
I think you can do the ping pong if the ping pong ball is going in the right spot. If you can soccer ball it up onto your foot and flip it up and grab it, boom, like a hacky sack.
All right. Here. I give Todd a piece of paper. Shane, you get a piece of paper as well. Ball it. All right. Real quick. Okay. On the stream, out of the 3, you let me know who you think can make this shot from across the studio. It's a ball of paper into the trash can. Powers, I'll let you go first. Go ahead and type in your answers real quick. This is the type
Kobe.
of fun we have on the podcast.
Oh,
Kobe. Did you scream out Kobe?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
big ass
That-
nerd. Okay.
that-
All right.
Mr.
Oh,
Ah.
that's Phil. All right. Shane, it's on you to save the day.
Short. Came up short. Story of my life.
All right.
0 for 3.
It's all right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, and the good news is they're behind Beef's desk, so he's the one that has to do the walk of shame later.
That's right.
Nah, I'm just going to leave him in there.
Leave him there.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it like Power's old house.
I was
Like,
waiting. I was about to say. I was waiting for I don't want to get roaches like Power's house. I was waiting for these crumpled up balls of paper.
All right. If you don't know what we're referring to, which you might not, earlier this morning, we kind of butted heads over a debate about the cleanliness of Powers. Here's our conversation about that. It's called Attacked. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I'm feeling attacked, man.
You're feeling it.
Yes, you guys are saying I'm grouchy when I'm just literally just pointing out the truth to you and
Okay.
helping you out as a buddy. In fact, it's a hindsight fact to begin with, because you moved out of that house. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the house that I'm referring to in the previous break, talking about the cockroaches, is a house that you've abandoned. Okay. It's someone else's problem here in about a week or so.
Yes.
So I don't know why you're defending it. That's like defending an ex-girlfriend. She's not your girlfriend anymore, bro. Don't worry about it. And she was filthy.
You're calling me filthy and my behavior.
His home.
No, well, I mean, look, you bachelor'd it to a certain level, extreme, I would say. You're the Mountain Dew of bachelors. And,
It's not even mean.
that means he does it to the
Mountain Dew
extreme.
is extreme.
Yeah.
No.
And
No.
no, that's fact. And
Way to get with the kids.
you lived in that house for how long?
8 years.
8 years. How many times did you mop in 8 years?
Several, but not a lot.
Right. So if you could you count on one hand? Be honest. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna go with no. We mopped at least once a year, a couple times a year,
See, now
for
there's
sure.
I know that there's people driving to work right now, probably women, who are cringing at that comment right there.
Oh, I'm
because-
sure. I'm sure of it.
So you can't say that, mopping once a year has nothing to do with cockroaches
Again,
magically showing up. You're like, oh,
that-
it's just
nope.
Tucson. You can't just blame it on Tucson.
It's not magic. It's the weather. And then
Yes.
that's when things change, is that you get more bugs with certain types of weather, like springtime. They disappear in the winter. I'm not sure if you've realized. And then
Not
also,
in your house. It's a
they-
winter haven.
they come out of the drain in the bathroom. I've never had a cockroach near the kitchen or in really any other room
Yes.
except the bathroom.
Right. But, it is possible. Is it not possible that you may have a plethora of roaches in various areas that are never touched by a sponge or a soap device, or I don't know what you're doing, Todd. It's not even an attack. I'm just trying. This is an intervention. This is great too, because this is a good, lesson to learn moving forward. Because you got a new house, a new beautiful house, right, with 2 other bachelor roommates.
Yes,
and it's going to be very difficult to maintain. I know this. I've lived with several dudes before, and many different times in my life, and it's always turned into just a disaster. It's a bachelor pad. That's what happens. Right. So how are you going to divvy up the chores? And is it going to be one person cleaning up after everybody? The answer is no, it's not. It's going to be 3 people not cleaning up after anybody. So there's a good chance it could get even filthier, even quicker.
I'm not worried about it. It's not filth. I have some stuff. None of this is food. I clean the bathroom every few months. Like, it's not like I don't mop like everything. Like, yeah, I don't mop that area. Who gets a rat's patoot? But I'll clean the bathroom.
So, but what I'm saying is, this is not being cranky. This is an intervention. Like every couple months, that's not good. And I'm not a neat freak. Obviously, I have a girlfriend who cleans up everything, and I don't even get a chance to clean. But I'll mop once a week. Once a week, I'll mop, because you got to. If you start seeing black spots on the floor, that's not good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's not me being an a-hole. It's me just saying, hey, dude, that's not clean. Rock 102.1, who's this?
We need to take it to the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking it to the streets. Caller, what's your name?
It's KJ, dude. Take it easy on Towers.
Boom,
Tell them the truth about the cockroaches, man. They come out in the summer and they go away in the winter.
Thank you.
It's true.
All right, JJ. Your house is probably immaculate too. So
JJ's got my back.
Yeah. F all you guys.
My
I'm not
filthy
even
back.
being cranky. I'm literally being a good friend. I thought. Whatever. Tickets are not fest coming up here soon. All right, that was from earlier, and I'm seeing your comments. And Weirdo, I sent you an invite too, so you could speak some. I mean, you gotta level with this guy. I mean, his new house is immaculate because he just moved in.
It's true,
and I'm assuming I haven't been in, but.
Where do you see my room? Where do you see what I did in my closet?
Yeah, and I love how JJ jumped in with the defense. He's like, yeah, man, cockroaches just happened, man. We've seen you on the stream, JJ. I've seen you live in arrangements. I mean, it doesn't always just happen. But again, I speak like I'm a clean person. I'm not. I am not a clean person at all. And, in fact, when I moved out of my apartment into the house, I had my girlfriend's brother help me move out, and he was saying it was the grossest apartments he's ever seen. And I was thinking, it's actually not that bad. I was maintaining it. I had the little robot vacuum that would vacuum up the dog hair, and I would mop. It was a 1-bedroom apartment. It wasn't that hard. It didn't seem that bad.
Again,
but I did not get my deposit back.
Part of my you'll never get the deposit. Part of my I had a piece of crap landlord once says there are divots in the rug from your couch.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't get my deposit back.
Yeah.
So let go.
That's normal wear and tear, my guy. That's normal wear and tear.
Yeah. Right. It's so ridiculous.
So this next segment, we're talking about a unicorn for a threesome. Now, I know that you're in a relationship and you've been super stoked about that, and she's super hot, and you guys are both open about being sexual creatures. I know Todd just got married. So now that you're married, maybe it's a possibility. So we're going to give you some tips about finding that unicorn for the perfect threesome. And I'm going to have Weirdo pop in on the stream because she's polyamorous, and maybe she could agree or disagree with some of these things, or give us added insight on how to score that elusive unicorn for the threesome. Yeah, I have some personal experience myself. I've been in a few threesomes and never necessarily, well, I wouldn't say never initiated by me, but most of the time I just was along for the ride. Like, okay, cool. And that would be my advice. You just let your girl steer the way, and then you're like, okay, I guess we're doing this. All right. Apologies in advance. And let's go. So, but the elusive unicorn is the conversation that we're talking about. And also I have this viral video, which I will play for you here in just a moment. After Metallica stops playing and we do the tease. But the Killers were rocking out a show in Manchester over the weekend, and Brandon Flowers stopped the show after he spotted something unusual, which was an elderly man crowd surfing. Yeah. Yes.
Living his best.
Living his best life. And honestly, like the quote is amazing. And I can't wait to share that video with you. That's going to be good. So I'm playing that. Plus, we have other viral things that I'm going to share with you as well. And Morning Moron and the whole nine.
Look what Manny wrote.
What did Manny write?
He said he once went 4 months without a shower. Do you believe that?
With that beard? Yeah.
Oh, Manny.
Oh, Manny.
Because that's what I was going to say. The filth thing. It didn't smell. That's always a big tell. My house don't smell. You gotta be able to tell. People think they're so clean. They own a dog. You walk in there, you can't even breathe.
I think that maybe your house is so dirty that smells died.
Is it a pig pen situation?
Work.
Well, yeah, it was a pig pen. It was dusty. You know, those kind of things.
Dusty.
Hold on, we're gonna.
You can't everywhere in dusty in Arizona. You can't not have dust.
Hey, good morning, weirdo. Oh, you got to get her on. Oh, I'm gonna do a tease real quick here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Coming up on the podcast broadcast stream, I'm going to share a viral video of Brandon Flowers. We're on the air right now. Let me do this tease. So, effing sake, man. So, we got that coming up. I have a viral video I want to share with you, Brandon Flowers. I have Weirdo popping up on the podcast broadcast stream as well, because coming up next, do's and don'ts to find that elusive unicorn. The unicorn for a threesome.
Oh, not a horse?
Yes, not a horse, unless you're into that kind of thing. It's still illegal in most states.
Yikes.
Yes, but with Weirdo on, she's going to basically let us know whether or not the tips that we have for finding that elusive unicorn are good tips or just BS. All that more on the podcast broadcast coming up after Chevelle. Now you can talk, Todd. Enjoy. Don't go away. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
So funny.
Yeah. Well, no, I like you were having a side conversation. I'm like, I'm doing my tease. I'm doing my tease, Todd. Doing my tease.
I have no recollection of this moment.
It's okay.
Didn't it just happen, or is it just me?
No, it did happen.
Okay.
But it's also, he doesn't know you're on the air.
You did. It wasn't me. He was telling me to turn my thing. Like
that's your fault for telling him to turn the thing.
I wanted the stream to look its best. What is he doing with a vertical camera?
He wasn't wrong.
Okay. Yeah,
but I wasn't the one having the conversation.
That's
it was just we were trying to just the shop thing, make it work better.
I'm not mad. I'm not even disappointed. All right, let's move forward. Good morning, weirdo.
Is that trash?
Good morning.
Oh, go for it. Just hit him in the face.
Oh, dang it!
Of an overshot.
That's why you do sports stats and not sports.
This is a fact. This is a fact.
Oh man, it looks like Power's house in here. All right, so so we're gonna be talking about. You look lovely, by the way, weirdo. And then I will see you Friday. She's gonna be hanging out on the podcast broadcast as early as you want. How early can you come in?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my birthday dinner the night before, so
not that early. All right.
So we'll see you Saturday.
8. Yeah. Happy early birthday. Let me share this video real quick as I was teasing it. This is Brandon Flowers of The Killers, of course. They were doing a festival in Manchester, and they must have had a great lineup too, because the Killers were going on in the daytime. All right. And so during this, you could see the entire crowd. Well, there's an elderly gentleman who started crowd surfing. And, which is great and fun, get all those hands all over your body, but you got to trust people to hold you up. And I think somebody dropped him and he kind of got fucked up. Yeah. And Brandon Flowers saw it, stopped the entire show to get him to pop up and make sure he was okay. And then this happened. It was fantastic. Check this out. I'll show you two things. One, this is him grabbing the guy.
Is that Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, it looks like Colonel Sanders, yes.
Is it Bernie Sanders?
Oh, Bernie Sanders, yes. All right, so you can see
his head bleeding?
Yeah, his head is bleeding. He's in the back there. His head's bleeding. So got a little injured. But then I'll scrub ahead here. This is what Brandon had to say.
He's about 68. Billy was trying to crowd surf. He looks like he's about 68 or 69 years old.
Yeah, give it up for Billy.
I said, Billy.
Billy.
I said, Billy, what are you doing? You know what he said? He said, I'm enjoying myself.
I'm enjoying
I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, Billy.
And then look at what Brandon did with her. Dedicated the song to him. Oh, shit, it ended. Well, he said, well, let's enjoy ourselves like Billy, right? This was a good little shout out there. So
I'm enjoying myself. That's
I'm
what happens
enjoying myself.
when Popeye goes crowd surfing.
Uh-huh. All right, 10 seconds. We're going to be on talking about finding that ultimate unicorn. You ready for this, weirdo?
Right.
Of course.
There you are. All right. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. So we're live on the podcast broadcast. Joining us via satellite is Weirdo.
Good morning.
And if you remember, a Weirdo, she is our roller derby friend. She also came in, talked about being polyamorous and the polyamorous lifestyle of how people live that and the rules and set there. So I felt like she was the perfect person to include in this conversation when I came across this, because I mean, show of hands, who here has had a threesome? Have you had a threesome yet?
I came so close once.
Todd, you raised your hand?
I did.
Yeah.
Wow, Todd, way to go.
2 girls or 2 guys, 1 girl?
It's 2 guys, 1 girl. So.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was
Eiffel Tower.
spontaneous. So
Did you high five? Did you Eiffel Tower?
No.
Did you make eye contact with a guy at any point?
At once. It was not
once.
great.
Yeah,
At once.
It was not great.
Yeah, there's different rules. That's a whole nother segment.
It certainly is.
Yeah. And Weirdo, I didn't see your hand or not. I was looking at the screen, but I'm assuming yes, no.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yes, 3 out of 4 people here has had a threesome, and that is disappointing, Powers. But you know what? You're in your 40s now. You got a fantastic girlfriend. Maybe that could happen soon, but you got to find yourself a unicorn.
What's a unicorn, Beef?
Well, unicorn is that perfect person to include into your bedroom activities with your partner. Have you heard this expression before, Weirdo?
Yes. So unicorn is usually a bisexual woman that is attracted to both partners of the already established relationship. If it's reversed, if it's a bisexual male, I believe it's called a dragon.
Oh, okay. Look at that. See, we're learning so much this morning, and I love this topic, to be honest with you. So this is according to Men's Health. Okay. It's talking about being that unicorn hunter. And Zachary Zane was the writer of this. He has been searching with his girlfriend to find that elusive unicorn to invite into their bedroom for threesome action. And the key to it all, according to Zane, is number 1, don't be an a-hole, right?
Good advice for anything.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with unicorn hunting. Most couples go about it. You think there's something wrong about you? Okay. Weirdo, have you ever unicorn hunted?
No.
Okay.
No.
They usually just come to you.
I mean, typically unicorn hunting can be very, very toxic.
Okay.
But there are ethical unicorn hunters out there that's their hope, but they're not. They let the unicorn be in charge and lead the way versus both of them coming at, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that could also come off uber aggressive when you have 2 people trying to come at you. And in my experience, what I've done is literally just stay back in the mix and let my girlfriend at the time make the moves. And then if she was able to talk whoever into it, then game on. Here is what Zachary had to say in Men's Health as far as tips and tricks to find that ultimate unicorn. First,
notepads at the ready. Go ahead.
Stick with apps and real life spaces where there's a higher percentage of like-minded people who might actually want to be approached. You agree or disagree with this, Weirdo?
Yes. I already know which app it's probably referring to.
Which app?
It's called Feeld, Feeld. It is a dating app specifically for polyamorous people.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear about that before.
Yep.
So that's good to know. Field with 2 E's.
I was going to say FetLife.
Oh, no. FetLife.
Is that different?
No, you're going to get a different dude who creeps, and I don't know if you're going to find what you're looking for at FetLife.
Okay.
The fact that you even know about that says a lot about you. That's not good.
I mean, my God.
Right. He's into BDSM now. So why not?
Well, now, but
Yeah.
that was after he got with a BDSM girl who turned him on to the way.
Who showed me the website FedLife? Yes.
Oh, she was on there. Okay. Well, that's how he knows. All right. Next tip. Try spots where sex is already an open conversation, like a sex party, polyamorous cocktails, a kink demo, or sex positive websites. I guess like FetLife. Agree or disagree on this? Weirdo. Agree.
Like-minded people.
Where's the happy hour for polyamorous cocktails?
There's a couple of Facebook groups in Tucson and in Arizona that are like Arizona Poly and Proud. There's 10 Deck here in Tucson, and just like-minded people coming together and having these conversations.
Look at that.
And they have hangouts.
Yeah.
We have hangouts. We're going skating at the end of the month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're arranging group activities?
No, that was not me. I'm just showing up.
She's the poly queen. All right, I have a couple more tips and tricks to share with you on the secret of finding your ultimate unicorn for threesome. We're going to continue this conversation on the podcast broadcast stream, so you can join us on our Facebook page or youtube.com/beefvegan. Music on the way from Guns N' Roses and Shinedown, or keep it right here. Rock 102.1 KFMA.
I have a dumb joke.
All right, give me your dumb joke.
And it's called a unicorn because everyone's horny, right? There it is, right?
Yeah.
I know it's because they're like a rare magical creature.
Yes.
That's the real reason.
Yes.
But I wanted to.
And also,
Don't explain it. We got it.
It's a joke.
Okay. Yes, it is great.
You
All
see,
right.
because it's all about sex. We have to keep going with this. You see, it's also very.
Todd,
Very phallic animal.
Todd, you've had threesome, so you're about to, and it's possible you could have another threesome. So let's continue this
Nope,
conversation.
I don't think that's going to be possible.
Yeah, he thinks it's less possible because they're married. I kind of agree with
Why?
that.
I don't want it.
Well, yes, you don't want it, but what if she wants it? You're going to give
I
her
know
whatever
she
she
doesn't
wants.
either.
She doesn't want it right now. You guys are honeymooning. What about in 10 years?
Well,
She,
we'll
spice it up.
cross that bridge in 10 years.
All right. Well, never say never when it comes to sexual endeavors.
We'll probably
All
say
right.
never with that one, though. I'm pretty comfortable.
And that's fine. I mean, I'm not trying to convince you to do whatever.
It sounds like Beef wants a threesome with you and your
Sounds
wife.
like he's trying.
That's what's going on here.
I only have a couple more, and we're
Never
only
dragging
prolonging it by being Debbie Downers about it. So let's bang out this list. All right. So on the app,
We're downers. I think I'm thumbs up.
no, you're 100% in.
Okay.
I know it. Yeah, you definitely want that elusive threesome because you don't want to be the only one in this conversation that hasn't had one.
No, I don't want. I still believe in old Disney love.
I'll tell
can
you
I
what. The 2-girl threesome can be exhausting, or it could be a way for you to get a breather and then be like, just watch the action. You
True.
step to the side.
I only need about 20, 25 minutes. So.
Right. What about, okay, can it be exhausting for the girl? So you've probably been a unicorn in some situations. Am I wrong, weirdo, to assume this?
I technically am currently a unicorn.
There you go.
Mhm.
Currently a unicorn.
Yes.
So when you are the third, right? Can that be physically exhausting? You are literally like taking care of 2 people at the same time consistently for however long it lasts.
I mean, it's all just exciting and adrenaline goes, and then you take a step back and you take a breath, and then you get brought right back in.
See,
To me, it's all good.
that's the key. So on paper, it could seem like overwhelmingly exhausting, but in reality, you can step aside. It's like a basketball game.
I was just
You
saying,
sit on the bench.
it's a triple
Right.
threat match where someone's going to powder out for a little bit while 2
Right.
people take the squared circle.
There you go.
Right.
Yes.
You know?
If you have that mentality,
Yeah.
then there's a good chance you could win the belt.
That's right.
All right.
There you go. And then someone you get a little tired, tag me right in.
That's right. I like it. All right. So on the app, you got to state your intentions up front on your profile rather than springing in on a random person unexpectedly. But I think that's common sense. That'll weed out those who are not interested, which is going to be a majority of people. Because
Transparency is very, very, very important.
right. Yeah. I mean, if you've been in a situation where you're in a couple, you're married, so you're in a relationship and you're looking for a unicorn, but the person only likes one of the 2 of you and it hasn't moved forward. I mean, that's gonna happen too.
Right. And then you just back off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
imagine
mean-
that's the common problem.
Yeah.
Is that someone likes someone more, and then it becomes, that.
Well, as far as the tip, okay, so say you get into a threesome with your girlfriend and another girl. All right. So the safest bet that you do as a man is spend all your time focusing on your girl. All right. A lot of guys, they make the common mistake that, oh, it's a new toy. I'm going to like pay attention to this. That's where jealousy and conflict kind of like it comes from, and you create a problem. So you literally got to pretend, especially for the first 2/3 of it, like this other person is not there. And it's like, it's great. Now she's for you, because if you're doing a female, male threesome, the female is for the female. It's a gift for her. Really, you're just lucky to be there.
I imagine you're just lucky to be there most of the time. Yeah, as a guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you agree or disagree with that, weirdo?
I mean, in my experience, first of all, you have to talk ahead of time. You can have a game plan. You kind of talk. You talk about boundaries. You talk about consent. You talk about how you would like it to go, how they would like to go, everything else, and you actually kind of go with a game plan. And then as you're going, you check in. It's sexy to check in. It really is, to see how things are going.
This is a good team building exercise for couples.
It really is.
Yeah. All right. A couple more little tidbits we'll touch on real quick. As a female, to create a separate account.
Yes.
Or as a female, to create a separate account and then link to them. Some ladies might find her more approachable than the two of you together. So don't do one of those Tinder things where it's like, hey, it's Bob and Samantha, and we both want to fuck your brains out. That's
every time I would get a message from a thing like that, I'm like, I'm not here to fix your relationship. Goodbye. Like, because that's usually what unicorn hunters do, is they're trying to fix their relationship.
Right,
So,
right.
Or the dude just really wants to get his F on, and the girl's like, I guess I want to make him happy. Yeah. I usually respond with like, I'll do your girl. I'll steal your girl from you. But like, I'm not going to fix your shit.
Block.
Yeah.
She's Mrs. Steal Your Girl. All right. Let's see. 2 more left. Start chatting like you would any other person instead of jumping right into what you really want. Building a connection. Right. So, yeah. I mean, that's common sense as well. Try asking her out on a 3-way date with no expectation of coming home with you. That will set up a comfort zone, which is great. And that just seems like a good time. That's a party.
I agree.
Yeah.
So here, I'll tell you something about some of this. So me and the girlfriend have talked about a threesome, right?
Already?
Yeah, but because we talk about a lot of things, it's all about communication, and with certain things, contracts, because you want to protect yourselves in a different way, right? If you're going to be trying some raunchy stuff,
yeah,
right. So apparently, and I didn't know that, they're like, you can actually make a contract or like write something. It's like, oh, that's actually really cool, and it's almost, some of it can be like vows type of stuff because it's getting intense.
Okay,
so we talked about. Well, because what she's saying about conversation makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And contracts was new to me. I'm like, oh, really? And it made me feel really comfortable. Right. So the idea of a threesome, I was like, I'd maybe want to do it if it was completely anonymous. And she goes, what do you mean? Like
glory hole?
No, like we go to,
not that anonymous.
Yeah, that's pretty anonymous. But they make like, there's like sex conventions, just like a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Right. Like going to one of those for like a weekend, and like you're wearing like masks and stuff like that, like eyes wide shut type of stuff.
Okay.
And then hook up with someone there, but it's like, we don't know nothing. And then goodbye, random hotel person.
You're not in that tax bracket yet. That's something that rich people do for sure.
Yeah, that's more swinging. That's more swinging.
Swinging?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only way I would do like a threesome.
So you would swing.
I think
You're
just
a swinger.
just for a one-off.
Yeah.
Like that. And again, I think the anonymousness is part of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Because again, I'm old-fashioned.
I'm old-fashioned. I don't need to know their name.
Yeah. Just want to be
like banging randos. They're strangers.
If I'm
never
gonna
have to bump into them in line at the bank.
Yes, exactly right. You don't want to bump into them in line at the bank. Well done.
Well, they might, let you cut in front of them. So to wrap a bow on this segment, we'll move forward. The final takeaway from this is, if you get rejected, don't be a jerk. Just move along. And that's the secret to finding a unicorn. Weirdo, I appreciate you popping in on the podcast with us. I'm going to play a clip and then move the conversation forward, because I know my friend Todd doesn't like talking sex stuff. So we're going to hit the reset and talk other stuff. He hates it. I know he does.
I mean, he's been pretty silent this entire time. He's just like, I guess I'm just here.
Inappropriate.
Well, no, he's learning.
He's
taking notes.
Can I throw a compliment your way, Weirdo? Because at first it's like, Weirdo's going to be like our sex expert because she's into this sort of thing type of guest. But it's like, that was actually really informative, and all the apps, and that's really cool.
that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. You know, I mean, obviously she wasn't going to come in and just perv out like us.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you
she's
were just a
coming-
horn dog, and he's like, "Oh, this chick likes this."
No,
sort of
no,
thing.
like
Let's interview her.
somebody who is like has a doctorate in open relationships and
I
you
mean,
know,
I'm not
when
an expert, but I educate myself and I communicate, and just representation's good.
right,
Hell
and
yeah.
you know a lot of people who have a lot of
You do.
different experiences, backgrounds, and you get you know, a lot of information and education from that. You know, like-minded. So I get it, and I appreciate you popping in. You were the perfect person to have it on this conversation.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I will see you Friday,
Yep.
as early as you can make it. Hopefully 8. You know, because that way I won't be stuck with
8
Austin.
was what I was planning on. So
8 a.m. is good. So I will see you at 8 a.m. on Friday, and happy birthday.
yes, my birthday's tomorrow.
Yes. All right. So thank
right.
you so much. I'm going to play a little clip. We're going to be back here with more Beef Vegan Presents right after this. But in case you missed our morning moron, it went a little something like that. Man, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. That, of course, was Hailstorm with Back from the Dead. It's now 6:15 and time for your morning moron. Oh, here's one way to lose a job.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah, a 23-year-old man in Australia who doesn't have a driver's license, mind you.
Okay.
It's important to point this out. Drank a, quote, large amount of liquor on Saturday night. And when he was drunk, came up with this brilliant drunken idea. Let's steal the boss's car. That's what he did. I mean, right off the bat, I could be like, morning moron, done. Right? But it gets worse. Okay. So we're guessing he doesn't like them too much or had some sort of beef, because it sounds like this is all intentional. Like he stole the SUV, and then he made it over a 4-foot trench, drove about 200 feet through a field, so not on the street at all, and then parked the SUV on a set of train tracks. All right, so
Okay.
he actually launched it over the tracks, right? So he didn't see the tracks coming as he was romping in the SUV, hit the tracks, got air,
Nice.
right? Went over the tracks, then backed up. And when he backed it up, he parked it right there on the train tracks and just left it there and got out and walked home.
Sure.
Yeah, now the train showed up the next morning, but luckily somebody saw the SUV in time and the train didn't hit it. It was able to stop. A farmer used a tractor to move the SUV, Breaking Bad style, and the train continued moving on. All right, but police tracked down the guy at home, and this dumbass confessed to everything.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right, and now he's facing charges for stealing a car, driving without a license, negligent driving, and obstructing the path of a train. All serious charges, but the most serious of all is this young man is from the South Pacific, right? And I don't know how to pronounce it, but he had a visa to work in Australia. Now his visa might be revoked and he might have to go back home. I showing on the podcast broadcast stream later on, I'll show you a picture of the SUV nestled on the tracks, and it was buried in there. Like he was able to like kind of dig out the rocks with the front tires. Like it looked like it was a part of the train tracks. So in recap, okay, stealing your boss's truck drunk, right? Romping it through a field, parking it on train tracks, confessing to the crime, all while on a work visa in another country definitely makes you a morning moron.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrap your mind around that.
A few times.
It's a 5 o'clock.
All right, we're back, and Todd missed again. She keeps trying to throw things into the trash can. I can't make it any easier. I mean, literally, I just gotta throw it up there for a layup, and it'd be like, brick, but it's
brick.
But attempts were made at least, and
yeah.
See, that's funny. What a throwback.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
have
heard-
you met a Dungeons and Dragons master who was also like a star athlete on their high school football team or baseball or any of that? Yet?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah.
Roll for
What's his name?
deception.
Yeah, what's his name?
Have I met them? No, but they exist.
Oh, okay, yes, I'm sure they exist
Yeah.
somewhere in the multiverse.
I was
All
about
right.
to say, what if the three-way is called a unicorn? What's that one? Because it's just as rare.
yeah. And just All right, 10 seconds, and then we're gonna be on talking about karma. Ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
delicious caramel. I love it in my coffee.
No, dummy.
Oh,
All right, here we go. You telling me about dad jokes? I mean, this guy is. I say karma. All right, this week in karma. This you could have seen this coming, and now it's that's making headlines. Charlie Sheen has a daughter. Did you know this?
I did not.
Well, Charlie Sheen's daughter just turned 18.
Okay.
So what do you think a porn addict cokehead, a porn/sex addict cokehead's daughter would do when she turns 18?
Start an OnlyFans.
Bingo!
Hey!
Yes, Charlie Sheen's daughter has started an OnlyFans, and only everyone else in the world could see this coming. And he's not happy about it, which is very hypocritical, to say the very least. I mean, if you're going to be addicted to porn and literally hang out with a harem of porn stars, binging cocaine, screaming out to the world that you're winning, then you should not be shocked that your beautiful 18-year-old daughter that you have with Denise Richards is going to eventually follow in her father's footsteps. Let's hope.
It's the daughter of Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen.
Yes, and both of them, unfortunately, have kind of been a hot mess throughout their adult lives. It's just how it is. Charlie Sheen is recovering. Hopefully, I don't think he's doing as many drugs. I know that he was infected with HIV, and they pretty much cured that because he's rich. So that's good. But, the rest of the stuff will catch up to him eventually. And now it's karma that's catching up to him today. Now, it's funny, too, because he released a statement. He's just not happy about this at all. And he says, I do not condone this, but since I'm unable to prevent it, I urge her to keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her integrity. This coming from Charlie Sheen.
My God. My God.
Do you see the irony here?
I've got it. I know he's afraid that he knows how Charlie Sheen treats the women in these kind of roles in this porn. And now he's like, oh no, now they're going to do that to my daughter. But Charlie, you should have seen it coming.
Exactly. This is all the stuff that you did. This is through years of how many times, notoriously, legendarily, Charlie Sheen has been the ultimate pervo creep. And doing these weird things with escorts, porn stars, and you name it, the who's who of sex workers. And so the fact that his daughter is becoming a sex worker, which is not the case just yet.
Yeah.
But you know how OnlyFans works. It's inevitable.
It's the gateway website too.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Now, he's kind of blaming Denise Richards on this because she moved out. Charlie's daughter moved out of Charlie Sheen's house and into Denise's house. And then that's when she decided to start OnlyFans after she turned 18. Now, Denise went on the record and said Sammy is 18, and this decision wasn't based on whose house she lives in. All I could do as a parent is guide her and trust her judgment, but she makes her own choices. By the way, check out my threesome scene in Wild Things. It's amazing.
It still holds up.
It
This
still
very
holds
day.
up. So that is the ultimate karma of the week here, and not my OnlyFans pick of the week. Unfortunately, Sam grew up with two parents that were, troubled, to say the very least. So she has baggage, and I hope the best of her. So let's hit the reset on the podcast broadcast stream. I'm going to show you guys the coolest house I've ever seen. It's a house that's up for sale in Scottsdale. It costs $2 million and it has a wiffle ball field. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm showing that on the podcast broadcast. Join us on the Facebook page or youtube.com/beefvegan.
I'm sorry. Wiffle ball fields have their own dimensions and
I
their
thought
own.
you were going to show us Denise Richards' house. I hear that place got pretty cool recently.
Yeah. I mean, I'd show you pictures of Sammy, but she's 18. She looks 18.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. I'm too old for that shit. My daughter is too old for that shit because she's like close to that. And then I can't speak too much, knock on wood. I mean, I'm not, but I'm like, everything can come back. I'm not that my daughter's going to do that, but if I talk too much shit, karma's going to
come back.
Yeah. All right. So is this the coolest house you ever seen in your life?
Let me say it.
All right.
Mhm.
Oh, you
Pretty nice.
So
looking.
far, it's just a house. It looks nice. Nice yard.
Looks like
All
the
right.
Brady's might live
Not the
there.
coolest yet.
watch this. Oh, it's going to get so good. Boom. Look at that. That's
Okay, picturesque.
Yep. This
Not
is
the coolest thing.
This
Okay.
is the wiffle ball field that they have in the backyard.
That's a full.
Wow.
Yes, with the full-blown scoreboard, both digital and old school way, right? This is the wiffle ball field again, and this is just the tip of the iceberg on this house. It's a 5-bedroom house up in Scottsdale. It's on the market for $2 million. They have a pool with a grotto, the whole nine, but this wiffle ball field is the first I've ever seen something like this, and looks amazing. Like this house, they built the ultimate party house. Okay, full-blown bar, barbecue. Look at that bar, granite top. That looks good. Coolers, grill, TV. It gets better, right? You got these windows open wide, Times Square. So whoever owned this was probably from back east, their powers.
Yep.
So different filter. Look at that kitchen. Look at that fucking kitchen, man. They even got an old school telephone in there.
Oh, fun.
I know. They only need 2 pans to cook in that massive
That's
kitchen.
right, because nobody cooks.
Yeah. I'm sure they have a chef that cooks.
Yeah, right.
So this is the view into the backyard. Those doors open wide. So like I said, like parties at this house, unbelievable. A crazy screen. That kitchen is amazing, but it gets better. As I scroll through, there's 83 pictures of this, but I'm going to go through fast. I'm still a fan of that kitchen. Fireplace style. Boom, boom, boom. Living room, dining room. There's the pool with the grotto. It does have a slide, Powers. That's a water slide.
There you go. Water slide, even better than a slide.
Yes. The water slide that goes around.
It's a slide, but wet.
Yeah, it's a slide, but into water.
Look at their super fan. They got 2 fans.
Wow.
That's how you know you're rich. When you have a fan that's actually 2 fans.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right. My new place has a black toilet, and I'm like, oh, that's level up. Look at those black fans.
Yes. No, those black fans, the dual fans. Standing
Dual
shower.
fans. Look at that closet.
Yeah, the closet's good.
That's the best.
Living room, office. Hold on, I'm getting past all that normal stuff. That just looks good. That kitchen, that's a great kitchen. But let me get to the fun stuff. Bedrooms, blah, blah, blah. Showers, sex shower. Oh, they got a stage in their fucking house.
What?
So their playroom, they got a full-blown stage for bands performances.
Wow.
It just doubles as their movie room too. So, okay, let's if we're keeping score here, wiffle ball field, check.
Yeah.
Pool with grotto and water slide, check. And then theater room with stage where you could do performances. Like, I don't know who was in this, but look at that. It's an image of them watching The Great Gatsby on the stage. So you're watching it as a movie theater room, but at the same time, you could throw little concerts in there.
There's a disco ball.
Yeah. This is like a comedy. The way it looks like Jilly's, it looks like a stand-up comedy room, right? So you could have your own little comedy shows.
You can work on your tight 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, work on that perfect 60, but batting cage. Of course, you gotta have batting cage.
You gotta work on your wiffle ball, but you don't want those balls flying around.
Nope. So there's the garage, which is sick. Backyard. Again, the front of the house looks unassuming, just a regular big Arizona ranch style house, right? 5 bedrooms. That's not even that big of a house. You wouldn't consider this house a mansion by any means until you saw the amenities. And then you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. This house is amazing. That grotto, people banging that, people fucking that, man. All right. They just keep on fucking. The water slide, they fuck going down the slide. All right. Just letting you know that. That wiffle ball court. They fuck on home plate when they make it home for sure. They're hitting home runs. They get on first place. They go under the shirt on third base. You know how it works on wiffle ball. But imagine hitting a home run on a wiffle ball field like that, dude. You would feel like Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
And it says what, 71 feet.
71, 86 in the corner. Hilarious.
Isn't that hilarious? But it looks legit. So like any game that you play there, you're gonna be giving 110%. You're gonna just have a blast. Being like, no, I'm on the Diamondbacks now. This is real.
I'll tell you, you better be pretty good at wiffle ball. People show up at your house and then you're just loser who can't even play.
Yeah, I'll tell you who I wouldn't have be the pitcher of a wiffle ball game.
Who?
Todd.
Yeah.
Yes. So we've seen that.
I mean, you don't know. Me with the wiffle ball could be great. I'm not, can't shoot shots, but maybe I could, spin something across the plate.
We've been talking about this. Unless you work for Nova Home Loans at this point, that's enough.
Nick, you're saying it's a 7 out of 10 house. I mean, that house is still beautiful on the inside, and the amenities make it a 10. Oh, by the way, yeah, that scoreboard also turns into an outdoor movie theater, right? So they got a screen so you could do movie nights sitting on the field.
Nice.
Yes.
Watch Field of Dreams on a Field of Dreams.
That's right. That's
like legit in the front, just drive up patio again, unassuming RV gate, blah, 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 blah. But
that's one of those weird houses you bring in guests, you come in there and all of a sudden they learn something about you real fast.
Right.
They get to that backyard and go, oh, you're really into this.
Yeah. And tell me, if you won the lottery, you wouldn't buy this house.
I wouldn't buy that house.
You wouldn't buy the house?
I wouldn't buy that house.
Because you don't like to entertain?
What more would you want in a house, actually?
I mean, I don't need, I wouldn't use the wiffle ball field. I just wouldn't.
You would want less. That's the thing. That's why he wouldn't buy that house. He's just like,
well, again,
cut out the
I don't
actual
necessarily
outdoor
like those
activities.
amenities. Yeah.
I agree. Well, what would you want? What's your dream home?
Oh, I mean,
So what would you put? Obviously, pool counts for something.
like I would want a dungeon that I could completely convert to the full D&D, not a beef dungeon.
Holy,
A
Dungeons and Dragons dungeon.
SM dungeon. Yes,
Wow.
he likes to go 50 Shades of Nerd and go super kinky.
50 Shades of Nerd.
But yeah, you want a full dungeon and make it Dungeons and Dragons style dungeon.
Not like that, but you don't get a lot of dungeons, not a lot of basements around here. So that's
Sure. So he
that's
wants a
problem.
basement. What you theme? Would you the theme of it be a dungeon,
I mean,
or would it be?
I don't know if I
cave?
would go with the theme of a dungeon, but it might probably have some stonework in it. But it would mostly be
No,
just.
you know what he wants? You want an arcade.
I would have an arcade.
Pinball,
I would have
pinball arcade.
arcade games.
Blade.
It would be a solid man cave.
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
can see that. I mean, you practically have that in your living room now.
Yeah.
So
So
you
just
practically
level
have
up.
that in your
I
living
have
room now.
my man cave in my office. Yeah.
Mhm.
See, I'd go more pinball. Pinball's a game you don't really get tired of. All those video games, I feel like I'm not going to play the Ninja Turtles arcade as much as I should own this stand up for it.
Yeah, the pinball would be fun.
Yeah.
Look at that batting cage too. I mean, so whoever owned this house, their kids aspired to be a baseball player and a stand-up comedian. So maybe they blew out their shoulder and then they're like, I guess stand-up will be where it's at, Dad. Can you build this next? And you're like, sure thing, son.
Sure.
I love you, buddy. What else you want me to build? In this?
What's your next? That's really supportive. I approve that.
You know, this is a supportive father,
You know,
or
Dad, I think I want to grow up to be an astronaut. Get the fuck out, son.
yeah, I can't build a moon for you to walk on, fucker.
I
Well,
can't
maybe I
take
can.
away the gravity.
Yeah. Look at that grotto too. Mm-hmm. The grottos are fun. You ever make out in a grotto?
I don't think I have.
Can't say that I have. No.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
I haven't been in many grottos.
Yeah.
Oh, I hung out with people that had money for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it took me forever to get on a boat. That was one thing that only happened 2 years ago when I started dating my girlfriend. First time I was
Never
on a boat.
were on a boat?
Never on a boat. I
Never on a boat at all?
Like I was on a boat, but I'm talking like a cool boat, like that would go on the lake. In Arizona, what people like to do is they get these speed boats and they like to go out there and they like to drink and do like rich white people shit. So I always had, my friends were always kind of like broke, the ones that I would chill with, and the rich friends never invited me out because they don't invite the chubby guy to come out on the boat to take your shirt off unless you're rich, right? You got to have money, and then it attracts women because there's a lot of, hot chicks. Like that's the saying is, if you want to get yourself like hot chicks in their 20s, buy yourself a boat. Like the boat attracts the girls. And then next thing you know, I mean, you go out to Lake Pleasant or any of the lakes in Arizona and Nevada, California, you'll see old fat guys with super hot girls in their 20s on a boat. Always.
You're not wrong. I grew
Yeah.
up on Long Island, so you got a lot of water everywhere. So the boat was a little more common.
Boat is the thing. You need it. But yeah, my first time being on the boat was just like 2 years ago, and it was cool. It was only the one time. In fact, actually, I wasn't re-invited, so I'm a one-timer.
You've only been on a boat once?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what happened was my girlfriend's brother-in-law, he like injured himself on this boat. Like he almost lost his finger. And to this day, the finger's still all jacked up. It's fucked up. So we were jet skiing, right?
Uh-huh.
Where they're pulling you on the boat. And I did this thing where I tried it.
Wait,
and,
water skiing?
oh, water skiing. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're water skiing. And so I'm trying water skiing for the first time because it's the first time I'm on the boat. And I go to like wrap the rope around my wrist. And he's like, oh, you don't want to do that because if it pulls, you could hurt yourself.
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool. Noted. So I'm going, I can't get up on the water ski or whatever. So I'm just like, you know what? Just go, just pull me. And so I'll just like hold on to it. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he's like pulling me. Yeah, I almost lose my shorts. I'm like, that's a terrible idea. So I end up letting go. So anyways, fast forward to it's our last run of the day. He's like, one more time, I'll do it. And then we'll go. I'm like, cool. So my buddy Arnold is driving the boat, and Paul, my girlfriend's brother-in-law, wraps the rope around his hand like he told me not to.
Really?
And Arnold accidentally kind of pulled it, like it tugged it, and it basically almost ripped his finger off.
Woo!
Yeah. And so it's all split open. Boom. Now at this point, I'm wasted. I'm drunk and high. And so now we got an emergency. There's nothing I can do. I'm drunk and high, and I never drove a boat. It's the first time on a boat. So we had to get Paul back so he can go to the hospital. Then we had to take his boat and put it onto his trailer and, tow it back. It was a big fucking mess. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm drunk and high, man. I'm just here for the ride. Don't have me touch anything.
Yeah.
I can't. I shouldn't.
My boat virginity.
Yeah.
Even.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. 5 seconds. Let's do a quick segment. And then we'll take a break and do a beef tip. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We just showed what I thought was the coolest house ever on the market, but Todd says no.
It's cool. It was nice. It was very nice, but it's very specific audience.
Okay. I guess. Well, here's something that we could all agree on here soon. This Elvis movie that's going to come out is going to be absolutely amazing.
I'm excited.
100% amazing. Like, if you haven't been a fan of Elvis before, that's fine. You will probably become an Elvis fan before the end of the year. The reviews and the buzz around this film has been nothing short of spectacular. And it just received a whopping 12-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival.
Really?
12 minutes in a row. Everybody in that theater stood up and clapped and would not stop clapping for 12 straight minutes. Like, that's how good this film's supposed to be. It's supposedly supposed to capture everything about Elvis, the nitty gritty, the good, the bad, the ugly, what led to his demise, his uprise to, being the king of rock and roll, and everything in between. And apparently the lead actor who plays Elvis has a once in a lifetime performance and steals the show as if you were literally watching Elvis in the flesh. So be excited about this film. I know I am. I'm super excited, and I don't see anything less than all the awards going to this film based off the early accolades alone. It's no joke. It's no hype. It seems legit.
Heck yeah, I'm excited for that new Elvis. I got an Elvis tattoo. TCB, baby. I take care of business.
Right. And what about you? You on the fence there, Todd?
I'm a little on the fence there. I still, as soon as you said they did a 12-minute standing ovation, I could not stop it to think of what would get me excited enough to stand up and excitedly clap for 12 minutes.
Well, this Elvis film.
Yeah,
you get me passionate about
something. See. I'll go watch it, but if I'm not up for 12 minutes, pure failure now.
I don't know. I think that just says a lot about your laziness. What about this? Okay. Microsoft's Internet Explorer is coming to an end. Did you hear about this?
I think I did hear about this.
Yep.
Yeah, the end is near, actually, on Wednesday. Tomorrow, the web browsing pioneer will cease to be supported by any device using Windows 10, 20H2 or later. So it was launched in 1995. It became the browser of choice for 95% of people. But of course, that's where we got a lot of our viruses while looking at porn. So now Microsoft is using Edge as their browser, which is weird because that's exactly what I do when I watch porn. All right, we got our podcast. I'm sorry, we have our beef tip coming up right after the break. Stick around. You like that? You like how I tied that together?
Well done.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Well done.
Brilliant.
There's a skim.
Class.
Let's go. 9:52. Write it down.
All right, 9:52. We'll write that down. I do need a new skim today too, because
where was that on this thing? I got no timer on the stream, so I don't know.
No timer on the stream.
What is the time on the stream?
1:35 roughly.
All right, I'm gonna try and remember that. And now I will remember to clip that. That's what we got to do is just boom, there's a moment.
Yeah.
1:35. By the
Manny,
way,
go on Twitch and clip it.
Yeah, go Twitch the clips with the strip. Wait, what's he
Well,
want?
that's JJ.
Twitch,
JJ's
go on
the
Twitch, clip it.
Go on Twitch and clip
Clip it.
moments from the show and the stream. You can do it on YouTube too. YouTube has a clip feature too, right there. It's got the scissors.
Yeah.
Right there. Make clips of the stream because it would help us, and we can't do it, and Beef can't do it. He's working too hard.
Yeah, no, I'm not, and I continue to do it, and you see them on the social media pages for sure. But yeah, I mean, we could ask anyone, to be a supporter of the show. Obviously, if there's a moment that made you laugh out loud, if you could post a clip, tag us in it, I will reshare and help us spread the gospel, because our online marketing is the only marketing this show has. And what's crazy about this, I was looking through the insights and analytics. The demos, the age demos that we're excelling in as far as ratings are exactly the same age demos we're excelling in and reaching on our social media. So it would say that it's safe to argue that 100% of the results that we're receiving here is not just on air, but behind the scenes based off of our efforts.
Okay.
I had to pause because I was like gonna say my efforts, but honestly, like if it wasn't for videos and graphics, like those are a large part of it as well. And it's been a team effort all the way around. So,
Well, you also can't just talk to yourself all day, every day. That's torture.
no, I wouldn't. I would hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. That's why we keep it party mode.
That's right.
Party. That's why I'm playing Beastie Boys after this. Or am
Awesome.
I? Do I have enough time for that? Let's see. What about the cockroaches? It's like cockroaches. For everyone you see, there's dozens that you don't. Yeah, that's good. That's good to know.
Look what he's just pulling out of his bag for no reason.
Butt wipes for him.
Butt wipes for him.
Do these have THC in them?
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are these THC butt wipes?
Uh-huh.
I was just like, what's in my backpack?
Uh-huh.
And I had
100%.
butt wipes in my backpack.
Yeah. Why do you have why do you have butt wipes in your backpack?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, your wife packed them in there for you. She's like, here
Probably.
you go, honey. If you're gonna go to work, don't forget to wipe your butt.
What kind of wallet is that?
Critical Role.
What's that?
It's a D&D live stream.
Oh.
I was gonna get into this topic, and we obviously didn't get into it today. But what is something? Here, how do I phrase this? Because I put this
Let's see, see what
earlier.
we're talking about.
Well, I mean, both you guys are newly in relationships for the most part.
I mean, I've been a couple years now, but yeah,
Yeah,
really committed to
Well,
it.
he's a newlywed.
yeah, newlywed, newly relationship. So let's see, where is
Nothing on that card makes sense.
Yeah. I don't understand what you just gave me.
the butt wipes thing?
No, he gave me like a
No, it was there's
D&D business card.
Yeah. Don't worry, you only have to watch like 100 hours of footage to get it. No, it's easy.
Got it. So funny. Do they ever have
All right, we got
celebrities on?
2
Critical
minutes
Role?
on there.
Critical, yeah, it's the Matthew Mercer's stream. And it's all voice actors and
Okay, fun.
it is Critical Role is to Dungeons and Dragons as pornography is to sex. Where it's
Okay.
if you're watching it, it's watching people do stunts and crazy things that you will not find at your normal home game because it is professional voice actors.
Well done.
All right. The question I was going to ask you is what did you learn about the lady in your life after you moved in with her? Now, you haven't moved in with the lady in your life, but being with her, same thing. So the reason why I asked this is because there was a Reddit thread talking about the things that men didn't know about women until a relationship. And the list goes on because it turns out it's a lot of things we don't know about women until they're actually there. Like the one that I think is a stereotype is that they don't stop thinking. Like, you know, a man can sit on the sofa, stare at the wall, and not think about anything, be void of all thought. And a woman's like, what do you think about? Nothing. And he'd be telling the truth. A woman, though, her brain is like an 80s stock exchange. It's like, it's on fire and it's filled with angry murder hornets. Like there's that much activity. Right. So these factuals.
These are factuals. he
Yes.
says.
Sometimes they need someone to just listen to their story without telling them how to fix it or saying what's right or wrong. I didn't know that.
No, that's true.
That would help.
That's a big important.
Just listening beef? Yeah, weird.
Yeah, because I always mansplain. I'm like, what you need to do is, okay.
Here's the thing about your lady parts.
Yeah.
My opinion is this.
Yeah, you tell your body stop bleeding, and then it'll stop bleeding. Why do you keep mentally thinking blood? Messy.
God.
And that's what the shower's for. Let's get along.
We record these things. These thoughts get recorded.
A huge hug is nothing, or a huge hug when nothing is wrong works wonders. Oh, okay. I did not know that.
These have nothing to do with living with each other or anything.
At all.
Yo, you'll
yeah.
get there. You'll get there. But we won't. We ran out of time.
This
Let
is
me
the
do a
most
beef tip.
common nonsense.
Whatever. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I was just warming up, Powers. We didn't get to it.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Whoa.
But you know, we're all out of time. I like to thank everyone for listening. But before we leave you, let me give you a beef tip.
Let's hear it.
There's been a debate for years about drinking pickle juice, and now science is on its side. All right. So there is proof that pickle juice is good for you in small doses. It's a source of probiotics. It's a source of electrolytes. The vinegar and the brine helps regulate blood sugar. There's many benefits, and even is a great hangover cure. So my beef tip to you is if you're taking a shot of tequila or any liquor, chase it with a pickleback. Not only will it help it go down smoother, but it will be good for you too. It supports weight loss, it helps relieve muscle cramps. It's the miracle liquid. Drink it with your booze. You'll live forever. That's your beef tip. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for watching the podcast broadcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Powers. Thank you, Weirdo. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
Peace, guys.
upon a
Thank
side
you.
of
We
beef,
did it.
soon
Survived another
will
one.
come
We did it.
and do all
Somehow
your
still
grief.
alive at the end.
But if you've been mean or kind of
Don't wait, put down
bad,
the knife.
I will knock out all your teeth.